Sup guys? So, there's been a lot of Mafia happening lately in Smash community. Smash community loves Mafia, and they love to play shitty Mafia. Now, let me talk about one of the most annoying things I see in Smash community Mafia. And that is, guys, we cannot kill day one. No lynching day one. That's bad. We're gonna lose. Mafia's gonna win. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So while lynching day one isn't always the best play, there's a lot of reasons to lynch day one, and I think generally speaking it is a better play to lynch day one than to not lynch day one. So here you have a list of all the reasons. Let me make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. I don't even know. There we go. Okay, so you can see I got this already planned out. The mind games of lynching day one. You can force Mafia to play in the certain town rules or die. A Mafia is trying to be very quiet and not talk much. Wait, if you kill them, the quiet people aren't talking much, bad townies. Guess what? Mafia has to try to start talking, and it's harder for them to hide being a townie if they're trying to fake conversation, do things not to get lynched by towns saying, we can't fight Mafia, let's just kill the quiet people. It lets you hold people accountable and keep track of them. Oh, look, this person keeps jumping onto lynch wagons when they're kind of already almost done. Maybe Mafia. This person keeps pushing and then backing off from his push, letting someone else vote first. He may be a Mafia. This person's not voting at all because he doesn't want to look suspicious. He may be Mafia. When you have these votes to keep track of and these lynches to keep track of, you can really keep track of who's doing what. Also, if a town's just playing bad and they become a liability, you can kill them off early. Some games you legit just, hey, I don't know his Mafia, but this guy is a shitty town already, I can tell. Let's just get rid of him because he's saying dumb stuff and he's going to distract the game for us. Prevents us from losing the quiet Mafia. This is more of just like a mental thing, but still. Sometimes you lose a game and you're like, damn, this Mafia didn't do anything, we lost to him. Stops that. And finally, even if a vote doesn't pass, you get so much information from a wagon that almost passed. You have 13 people in a game and 6 people voted and 7 people voted not to lynch. And like 6 people voted to lynch, I mean. Guess what? That's so much information because the wagon almost passed. You can see who wanted to vote and why. If someone flips his Mafia from that person that didn't get voted off, you can say, oh shoot, looks like the people didn't vote. And there's so many good attributes for it. Now, the logic behind it. So, first of all, the strongest power in the game of Mafia is actually the voting power. Because even though everyone has that power, with a few exceptions, it is what lets you win the game as town. You know, you cannot win as town without killing off Mafia. Sure, the sheriff and stuff like that. But even with things like cop, you need to vote people after you have a cop call. You know, sheriff only has one shot generally, same with Vidge. And the Mafia wins games through town in action. It is up to the town to push Mafia out of the game. The Mafia is a defensive class in this game. They are camping you out because they can kill their targets at night. And they can leave the people who are threats, like, in the grave. They keep the weak links alive. They can manipulate the town. They get so much power at night with their kills. You do not want to give Mafia as much free time as they want to kill. If you play a game of Mafia and the first days have no lynch, you gave Mafia 2 nights to kill targets for free. And yes, Doc can save someone, but guess what? I'll talk about that a little bit later. And just think about the math. Let's say you have a game of 9 people, and it's 7 vanilla, it's vanilla game, 7 town, 2 Mafia. So if you kill someone every day except day 1, so you have 6 town, 2 Mafia, day 2, 4 day 3, and if you guess wrong on day 3, you lost. So 2 lynches, you lose. Now, if you lynch someone day 1, guess what? You still have 5 people day 2 and 3, like 5 towns and 3 towns day 3. So that with that 1 lynch on day 1, you literally get an extra lynch for town before you lose the game. And a lot of games have this attribute where there's literally no reason to not kill someone, because statistically speaking, you just lose the day for killing someone if you don't do it. Now, rebuttals. People like to say, oh, but the buzz, the power rolls. Yes, okay, cop is OP. If you have a cop, sometimes maybe it's not worth pushing that lynch day 1 because cop is absolutely broken, especially if you have a doctor. But what if the cop dies day 1 or night 1? You don't even have role reveals. What if there's no doctor to save them? It depends, but generally speaking, even with a cop, there's the same chance of getting a cop call right in someone for Mafia as there is on just lynching someone out and then being right. And even if you accidentally push someone and end up being cop, guess what? You can protect them for a night or 2 and then still get some calls from the cop that help you out later in the game. So, next up, Doctor. Doctor has a 1 out of X chance of saving people, with X being the amount of players in the game. And most of us have a similar chance of 1 out of X of finding information, like a role that can check who visited, a role that can see other information about people. There is a lower chance of a role at night helping you out than it is to just get a Mafia by killing someone. Most of the time, people are just making blind plays. No information. This is the most common one I hear. Guys, we can't kill. We don't have information who is Mafia and who's not. Guess what? Most day 2s will play out like a day 1 if you don't vote anyone. Because people just sit in their ass and say, well, I don't know what to do. We did anything game day 1. We don't know why this person died. There's nothing really to keep track of. Any power roles want to claim having done something cool at night? No, guys, want to just vote nothing against it because I don't know what to do? This happens so many times in Mafia, and it is dumb. And it lets Mafia just play this slow, safe game of making sure nothing happens. And it leads to people trolling and sandbagging and not giving a shit. Which is really easy for Mafia to fit in when everyone's joking, and Mafia just jokes as well. I'm so mad. And finally, Dabuz has a higher chance to lich town than Mafia. No shit! Oh my god, this makes me so frustrated. Literally, you lose the game as town if there is an equal or greater number of Mafia than town. So no matter what, you always have a higher chance to lynch a town than a Mafia. So please guys, next time you play Mafia, don't default to, we shouldn't lynch people because I don't have reason to lynch. Default to, we shouldn't lynch people because I have an active reason to think they're a town. Like, okay, let me rephrase this. If you actively think someone's about to be lynched as town, then don't lynch them, please. You know, you don't want to actually lynch people within a town. But if you're kind of on the fence, and you're like, I don't know about this person, my logic is, you know, if I don't know about this person, it's okay if they die early on. I can get rid of some of the question marks right away and focus on the other people later. So please, 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 Smashers, lynch. Make your default play day 1 to look for a lynch. You know, if you don't want to lynch someone day 1, have a reason not to lynch someone. Don't do the opposite of, I don't have a reason to lynch you, so I'm not going to lynch anyone. Because that is how you lose the games as town, in my opinion. Okay, I'm done with this rant. I got the new power to press my keyboard to make these end card things appear, and they're pretty cool. Look at this. So, you know, I wanted to show off this power for a bit and talk over it. So, yeah, guys, hope you liked the video. And if you have any arguments, rebuttals back in the comments, let me know. But yeah, my argument's perfect.